Sean Payton had some comments at the start of the Broncos training camp, taking shots at Nathaniel Hackett, saying he may have done one of the worst coaching jobs in history of the NFL. I think Sean Payton is one of the best offensive minds we've ever seen. We have seen Sean Payton successful with the Saints. He also had Drew Brees. But the fact that Sean Payton is attacking Nathaniel Hackett because of Russell Wilson's woes last year is pathetic. I understand that he didn't want to coach the Saints anymore because they didn't have a quarterback. I understand that Sean Payton needed time to figure out what he was doing in his private life. He wanted to move closer to his kids. And now he got a big contract. He went to a team and an organization that'll let him run the organization the way he sees fit. But why is he attacking Nathaniel Hackett, the New York Jets? All they're doing is stirring up problems for them when they have to play him this year, where the Jets are going to have the Broncos' name on the board and have a check around it. When they play him, you're putting more pressure on your team. What do you think Nathaniel Hackett and Aaron Rodgers is going to do week 5? I understand that he's trying to protect his quarterback. I understand he's trying to protect the organization and the team. He has to blame somebody, so he's going to blame Nathaniel Hackett. He was the coach. He was only there for 1 year, and then he throws him under the bus saying it was the worst coaching job in NFL history. Who cares if it was? What does that have anything to do with Russell Wilson? If you're a great quarterback, it doesn't matter who your head coach is. Tom Brady. Bruce Arians never won a Super Bowl until Tom Brady went there. Bruce Arians coached a good team with the Cardinals. Did he ever win? Nope. And nobody's taking shots of what Sean Payton is as a head coach. I think Sean Payton's an excellent head coach. But when you're attacking another team that's probably better than you, is playing in one of the hardest divisions in all of football, and is trying to find something to give him a little bit more of a boost going into the season. When you hear Nathaniel Hackett getting tossed around like he's a piece of garbage, what do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to do week 5 when he has to play the Broncos? He even mentioned Hard Knocks. And the Jets didn't want Hard Knocks. They came out and said, we do not want Hard Knocks. But now everybody in the league is throwing the Jets under the bus like they want the spotlight. Aaron Rodgers went up there at the press conference and said that he did not want the spotlight on this team. It doesn't help the team's growth. It doesn't help that there's a bunch of cameramen following him all the way into the bathroom when he's taking a dump.
Nathaniel Hackett's head coaching. I don't think it has any correlation with the offensive coordinator because Robert Saleh is the head coach. I will admit, in terms of my lifetime, it is one of the 3 worst coaching jobs I've ever seen. Urban Meyer's number 1. I think Freddie Kitchens with the Browns in 2019.
Nobody's saying that Nathaniel Hackett had a good season last year. He was really, really bad. It's not his fault that Russell Wilson couldn't make a throw last year. It wasn't his fault that the offensive line couldn't block anybody. He's calling the plays. He's running the practices. If the team is not going to produce and the team isn't playing well, that's not his fault. It's not his fault that he had a tremendous amount of injuries. It wasn't his fault that he lost Williams before the season really started. He barely played last year. The West Coast offense, he runs it through the running backs. It opens up with the running backs, and then he spreads it out with the quarterback. If you have the quarterback that can move inside and stand in the pocket and make every single throw because of accuracy, something that Russell Wilson didn't have last year, that's not Nathaniel Hackett's fault. Now, I think Russell Wilson is going to have a tremendous year this year. And you know who everybody's going to blame? Nathaniel Hackett. But what happens? Even with Russell Wilson having a great year, and Nathaniel Hackett and Aaron Rodgers are running one of the top 7 offenses in all of football. You're going to hear Sean Payton open his big fat mouth saying it was Nathaniel Hackett's fault that Russell Wilson can't make a throw? The only thing he's going to say after the Jets torture them in week 5, because that's what's going to happen. Book it. The Jets are going to put up a 30 spot against the Broncos. And it's not just the offense. The defense is going to torch them. When that happens, what is Sean Payton going to say then? We weren't the better team today? I don't understand. Before the season even starts, why are you opening your mouth?
The Jets and Broncos are in very similar spots, too, because the Jets obviously collapsing the way they did last year when they should have been a playoff team, and the Broncos not succeeding on their expectations when a lot of people thought they would be a playoff team, are now looking for that kind of redemption type year. And the Jets have more talent on their team than the Broncos do.
A lot more talent.
And Sean Payton is right to an extent. I think they still are kind of flying under the radar.
I don't think so.
Because you look at the AFC, the Jets are flashy this offseason. The Dolphins are flashy. The Chiefs are always going to be flashy. The Bengals are always going to be flashy. The Ravens signing Lamar Jackson. Ooh, Odell comes in. The Broncos are kind of in that realm to an extent. It's just they finally got Nathaniel Hackett out of the way. They're bringing a coach that actually knows how to be a head coach.
Sean Payton has every right to attack Nathaniel Hackett as a head coach last year, but don't do it in your first press conference. As you heard Robert Saleh come out and say what he said. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. You have another coach already responding to what you said. That's not good. You're not under the radar anymore.